Howdy all, Mille Lacs Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, so, been busy couple of weeks. We had a couple of holidays in there. I was a super slacker. I recorded the week before the holidays, and then I didn't put them up during the week of the holiday, the first of the holidays, thank Christmas. And, so like no videos for a whole week. I'm just like, meh, I don't care. And then, I put those up during New Year's, and then I didn't record anything during New Year's. So here we are on the start of the next week, and so we'll see how many things I can get recorded for the week. The trick is that everybody's had the last 2 weeks off from school, and they took off from work, and so just constantly been here and. I'm really surprised they're not down here right now, stopping me from being able to record. Oh, dang it. I thought I was going to fall to my death. Where's the... Wait, where was I working? Oh, it was on the side of the house. Yeah. So yeah, so we made it through all of Stranger Things. I started rewatching it back in November, October, somewhere in there, and I wanted to try and get rewatch all the seasons before season 5 started, and then my sister goes, "Oh, I want to watch it too," and then my brother-in-law is like, "Oh, I want to watch it too." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we've been slowly watching our way through it. Although, I mean, the last episode came out December 31st, and we finished it last night. So we were only like 4 days behind, 3 days behind, something like that from being on time for the final episode, anyways. So spoilers for Stranger Things. I liked it. It had some really great moments. Overall, it was just good. It definitely had its ups and downs. I really like the first season. So spoilers for Stranger Things. I really like the first season quite a bit. I've seen it a couple of times now, and I think they did a good job with the whole story in the first season, and characters are pretty good, and I really like. Probably one of my favorite moments of the whole series is when Elle shoves the Demogorgon back through into the upside down when they're in the school at the end of the season. I like the part where I like the part where she makes that kid pee his pants. That part cracks me up. And then we go into season 2, and season 2 is season two's got Bob. Bob was awesome. And we had all the tunnels, which were okay. Oh, I'm out of wood again. Dang it. I can't. I'm trying to get my base solidified here a little better, because I keep picking up and pulling out blocks, and it's driving me crazy. So I want to get the blocks locked in so they stop getting moved around accidentally. Do I have... seeds, yes. So yeah, I really liked first season. Second season was okay. I really liked the Bob stuff. I like the having to burn it out of will. That was clever. What else went down in season two? Oh, I didn't like the demo dog thing where they. I mean, parts of that were funny. I like when it ate the cat. That was funny. But how how or why is it friendly to Dustin? Or anybody for that matter. If they're a hive mind and no other demo is a unique individual kind of thing, how is that one able to be friendly? I don't understand. And I feel like the writers, the Duffers, uh, didn't know ahead of time that everything was going to be. Although it was in that season, where they started the whole hive mind thing, and so I don't know how the one demo was not part of the hive mind because later uh, they're all made from the same stuff, right? I mean, you kill a demo and the black dust comes out. You free a person, black dust comes out. You kill a vine, black dust comes out. It's all made from black dust, as far as I can tell. So I don't know why. I don't know why that one particular one was friendly. And then we introduced Max in season two. I liked Max for the most part. Billy wasn't sad when he got crushed. Best part in season two, I think, was probably when Bob saved everybody, and then died. I like big hero moments like that, and Bob had a good one. Season three. Did they introduce Robin in season two? Season three had the Russians. I'm not a big fan of the Russian subplot to Stranger Things. I don't know what the point was. I don't know if the Duffers had written out the show like I'm pretty sure I read that it was supposed to be 5 seasons long, but when I watch a show like this and then I see the directions it went and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we had it all planned out from the beginning." I doubt they had it planned out from the beginning. It went too many different directions. Like why what was the deal with the whole Russian subplot thing? What was the point of that? I don't understand how that even fit into the narrative. Like okay, so they discovered the same thing and they were trying to open the Upside Down as well. Um uh okay, and then they just what? Decided to feed a bunch of prisoners to a Demogorgon that they had at their base that they were trying to duplicate, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know. It was just such a weird shoehorned in bad guy plot thing. Like because we hadn't seen Vecna yet. And they had effectively no, because the I don't know. I guess they just needed something to pad out their episodes. Is what it feels like to me. I don't know. Although it did give us a lot of really great moments between Robin and Steve, who were very funny. And I liked. What was that? I don't know what that was. Pretty sure the pretty sure the well, I've forgotten the name of the thing. Pretty sure the Mind Flayer just invaded my 7 Days to Die world. Did you see that black smoke? I don't know what that was. Weird. And then I like that they introduced Erica as more of a main character. She was super funny. Oh, tool crafting. Oh, claw hammer. I want steel tools, okay? Or iron, I mean. I need one more harvesting tool book. Oh, you know what I should do? I'm sitting here playing around with this stuff. I should be looking for clothes. Um, I decided my episode was too. I wasn't fully awake yet, and it kind of meandered all over the place. And so I've restarted my recording here, and it was raining in the previous episode at night, and my guy kept getting really cold. Uh, oh, you know what? My bike is not in my inventory. Um, yeah, I think Erica's funny, and so I liked her added to the show. I did not like Dustin's girlfriend who was in there for like 2 scenes, basically. She was unnecessary. Uh, no, I don't want the working stiff. I want the clothes place. The can't think what it's called. It's called. I don't remember what it's called. You know, the camping place that's in the game. Anyways, uh, so yeah, so season 3 added the Russians. We had the uh, oop, I looked away from my screen for a second and then crashed my bike. Uh, I was looking at my mouse because my mouse got hung up a little bit. Um, the I like the stuff with Billy. I think as a bad guy. I thought that was like a fun possession thing, and then um, I just drove right back to my house. Okay, I need to go south. Looks like, and then I like the Stephen Robin and Dustin stuff and Erica stuff. That was pretty good, even if it did involve the Russians, who I don't understand why they were a bad guy. Why wasn't it just like another American lab? Like the the Americans were like super bad guys in season 5. I don't understand the addition of the Russians. The Russians just seem like too much to me. And Then I don't know. So my favorite part in season one was Elle shoving the demo back. My favorite part in season two was Bob. My favorite part in season three, I really liked the battle for Starcourt. I thought that was good. I liked the huge fight they had. I also really like the part where Steve and Robin are being interrogated by the Russians. That stuff was super funny. Oh, I guess I did come down through here. And then season four. I think season four might be the weakest of the seasons. I didn't care for all the Russian stuff. Like the first time, sure, but they do all that stuff with Hopper, and I guess the thing is like they kind of abruptly changed Hopper. So like in the beginning, he was like half drunk, uh, barely doing his job, sheriff. And then they're like, "Oh no, he was okay. Was he a tunnel rat in Vietnam?" I watched too many things, and I can't remember if that's the guy. Uh, and so then I was like, "Oh no, he's like this, super soldier from Vietnam kind of thing." And so then suddenly he's like Rambo, practically. Although Nancy's the one they tried to turn into Rambo in season five, but and so that was a little weird. And then he's all like breaking out of the Russian place, and that was all fine. But then he got immediately put back, and then Joyce and Murray had to go break him out, which was weird. I don't know. All that stuff was a little too much. Okay, let's go over here, I guess, since I didn't see the place I wanted. So then, oh yeah, I know you're starving. You're always starving. So then, and what did I like in season four? Um, I mean, they had the big fight against Vecna, I guess. I like the stuff with Vecna. I hated this stuff in California. I didn't mind the stuff at the second research site in Nevada where they were giving Eller powers back. Um, and the fight to save Max was pretty good. We had Eddie in season four. I liked Eddie for the most part. Although I felt like so one of the things they kept doing in the show was they'd have a theme for a character, but they wouldn't just let you see the theme. They would have the character constantly reinforce out loud their theme. And Eddie's was I keep running away, even though he didn't really ever run away. I don't understand why they decided that was his theme, other than to have him, not run away to die at the end of season four. But they really started doing this on the nose dialogue out loud stuff that was kind of driving me crazy at the end. And one of the big phrases for television is or movies, whatever visual media is to show don't tell. And there's way too much telling at the end of Stranger Things. And so I liked Eddie for the most part. Although, like I said, it was a little cringy when he kept going. I keep running away. All I do is run away. All I do is run away. Like, what did you run away from? I don't understand. You saw a girl float up in the air and get twisted into a pretzel. Like, that doesn't happen, okay? You weren't, it's not like you were prepared like everybody else that you're now talking to, who's been seeing it go down now for 3 seasons. So I don't know why you think you ran away so badly. Um, this is what I want. What is this place called? Savage Country. Okay. Yes, let's get the clay. Okay, Savage Country. I need clothes. And food and water, if I can find that too. So yeah, so Eddie stuff was okay. I like the Max stuff, a bit. Although I felt like that went on too long as well. Uh, they just really hammered home how out of the group she felt. Okay. Oh, okay. So I gotta go across the tops. Hmm. Sorry, my guy has decided he can't have any stamina all of a sudden. There we go. Uh, um. Oh, I liked how they kind of lost and Vecna tore the city into parts. Although that didn't really mean anything. Uh, I hate when they do this. I hate when they do this in shows. They have like these big events, and then they're just like, "Man, what? What big event? What are you talking about? It didn't happen. Or if it did happen, it didn't mean anything. It just looked big to you." Uh, and so that was kind of it was a big deal, right? They got Max and those other people, the deaths, right? Vecna killed to Vecna killed the Barb and see, this is one of those things, right? So killing Barb seemed like a big deal back in season 1, but they never explained the Barb thing, right? And then Barb kind of became a cult character. Not a cult character, but you know what I mean. Like, people are like, oh, it's Barb. I can't see my own hot bar. I don't think I have any bandages left. I thought I had 2 bandages. Where'd my other bandage go? Great. Now I'm going to bleed out. Well, I'm not going to bleed out. I swear I had 2 bandages down there. Where'd my other bandage go? There it is. And so then they added in this destabilizing everything Vecna murders, and they tore the city into 4 parts. And then they also I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of drawing a blank as to what happened. I remember Max floating up in the air at the thing, and I remember Eddie playing his guitar. And I know they had a fight with Vecna, and I know they hurt Vecna. And then that's why he's not at the beginning of the season 5, because they hurt him. But I don't remember how they hurt him. I don't remember what happened. I just don't remember. Which I'm sure would be the good part to remember, because it's probably the best part of the season is the face down against Vecna. I know they go into his house. Okay, I remember that. And I know he's all stamped there. And I assume Elle just yoinks him down and they set him on fire or something. Don't they do it with they load up water balloons with is that in season 4? They load up water balloons with nope, that's season 5. Okay. One little schematic there. Well, I'm a little disappointed so far. Okay, here we go. Close. Alright, we got no close. No close. No close. No close. No close. Not clothes. Not clothes. Legendary parts. Weird. But not clothes. Oh, here's large beef ration. And then we get to season 5. So at the end of season 4, they tear open Hawkins. And Hawkins. And and then they've got like the I think the mind flayer standing over Hawkins. And then they start season 5, and it's just like, yeah, the military came in, they put big metal plates over all the tears, and that's all done now. And those tears had nothing to do with anything for the rest of the show. I mean, yeah, they used them to get in and out of the Upside Down, but those tears had nothing to do, really, with the rest of the show. And I was like, oh, really? Because that was like such a big event at the end. You're like, oh no, like Hawkins is a Hellmouth, right? And then they're just like, nah. Uh, Oop, that's a book. I didn't find any clothes. I came here to find clothes. No clothes. Um, so I like the stuff with the. Okay, it got long, but I like the stuff with Holly and the other kids in Wonderland. I'm gonna call it that because they had Holly dress up like Alice in Wonderland. And then I liked. I like stuff with Joyce. No, not Joyce. Helen? Is her name Helen? The Wheeler mom. When she tried to protect Holly from the demo. And I liked at the end when she blew up the demos. That was fun. Uh, I liked the big plans they came up with. I like the Hopper stuff and the L stuff going into the Upside Down and fighting their way into that base. Um, I didn't like Callie the first time around, or Kali, and so throwing her back into the show, I didn't enjoy. Especially when she was just like the most depressive. I mean, she had reasons to be, but come on, man. Oof. Uh, she didn't want to try. She was like, we're all gonna die, so we might as well do it anyways. Just the whole time. And that wasn't fun. Okay, so I came to the clothing store to get clothes, and there were no clothes in the clothing store. And then, yeah, I don't know. It was, so it was good. Uh, I do, I do wish it had gone a little more heroic. I feel like they copped out a bit at the end there, and they just let everybody live. Also, way too much talking. They spent a half hour just talking at the end of the final episode. And there was probably a good. I'll bet over the course of season 5, I'll bet there was a full hour of people just having heart to heart discussions in the middle of what should have been, oh my god, we're all going to die action moments. Uh, and I just, I didn't, like, okay, Hopper and L having a discussion, fine. But Hopper and L had, like, 5 discussions. Elle and Callie had, like, 3 discussions. Dustin and Steve had, like, 2 or 3 discussions. Will and every single person on the show felt like they had a one-on-one discussion. Will and Robin had like 2 or 3 discussions. Um, Mike and Elle had discussions. Lucas and Max had discussions. Dustin and Steve. Why are just Dustin and Steve? Steve and Jonathan had discussions. Nancy and Robin had discussions. Max and Holly had like a dozen discussions. Like, whew, okay, less talking, more doing, please. And nobody needed that last half hour of the show. I don't know what the point of that was. I mean, I know what the point of it was. I just don't know. I don't know why anybody thought that they want that. They can do their goodbyes to each other off camera. Okay, I get it. You've been on the same show for 5 years. You need your goodbyes. Do your goodbyes someplace else. I just want my show to have a big, dramatic ending. And I can't believe there are no clothes in that store. But yeah, favorite part. I really like the part where they fought the Mind Flayer. I thought that was pretty slick. Although it made me laugh a little bit because all those kids were inside and they were like shooting it and setting it on fire and stuff. But the part where it chased Nancy into the canyon was awesome. Um, I felt like the Elle standing in the gateway as it closed was okay. And then they're like, well, and then Mike's like, oh, I can't tell the real story of what happened because what really happened was this. And so then Elle lives. Maybe you could take it either way. And yeah, whatever. But yeah, I wish the show had been a little more heroic with what went down. I feel like a lot of this stuff. The fight against the Mind Flayer was awesome. The fight against Vecna was, eh. I feel like the fight with Vecna and the soldiers earlier in the season was a bigger deal than the fight to kill Vecna at the end. And I'm surprised they didn't redeem Vecna. So what I foresaw is a weird thing. What I thought might happen, what I wanted to happen, was I wanted, as the story progressed, obviously things changed in what I thought was going to happen. But they had these huge moments between characters, and so I'm like, oh well, clearly they're setting up for that guy to die, and so they had like Steve and Dustin, and they're like, you die, I die, I die, you die. I'm like, oh, okay, so either they're both dead or one of them dies. And then I don't think, other than Steve almost falling off of the tower, I don't think those guys ever had another moment where they were really in any danger the rest of the show. Like, come on, you do that whole speech between the two of them, and then nothing. And then they had the whole Elle and Hopper thing where they're like, "You're gonna kill yourself." Well, you're gonna kill yourself, and then I guess Elle kinda maybe probably didn't, but maybe did at the very end. But Hopper at that from that point on never was in a position to even look like he was about to sacrifice himself, right? And I think that was really missing from the end of the show was nobody ever got into a position after that where it looked like they're about to sacrifice themselves except for Holly. Um, when Holly was trying to get away and all those kids jumped her and almost killed her. Uh, I mean, I guess Nancy leading the I thought maybe for a second they were gonna kill Nancy, um, with the Mind Flayer, but they didn't. Kali, I guess died, but I didn't like Kali, so whatever. Uh, and her death wasn't a big deal either. I mean, her death was a big deal. That's not what I mean. What I mean was it wasn't a save the day moment. Other than maybe it saved Elle at the end if Elle is still alive. Um, but even that wasn't a let me sacrifice myself thing. That was a I refuse to come back out and I want to die. So let me die, kind of thing. Right. I don't know. I really thought Hopper was gonna die, fighting off soldiers. I thought Elle would burn out her powers. In fact, I thought what would happen was that Will would have to stay behind in the abyss, uh, holding Vecna back while Elle burnt out her powers, sealing all the gateways into the Upside Down. But she'd have to do it from the inside because she'd have to seal both the Earth gateways and the Abyss gateways. And then when they added in the kids, I thought, oh well, now they've got these kids all with their psychic powers awoken, like Will would have. So now we're gonna have all these kids. So maybe they won't sacrifice Will. Instead, all those kids and Elle and Max and Kali will have to, uh, seal the gateways to the abyss, and then they can drop some of those kids into comas and drag them out, and then they'll get to the Earth side of things, and then Vecna would show up, and then Will would have to stay behind. I thought for sure Will was going to die. Will would have to stay behind, and then they would hold Vecna back and seal the place off. Again, burning out Elle's powers. I really thought they needed to burn out Elle's powers. Instead, they just did this weird thing where nobody stayed behind and nobody was really in any danger. Not really. And everybody was there at the end, and probably Kali made Elle invisible so she could run away. Uh, and then they blew up the gateway remotely so that it would seal off everything remotely. Yeah, I don't know. It was an okay ending. I wanted it to be bigger. I wanted to be more dramatic and heroic and epic. Um, but all right, well, with that, be around the small things, lean to the light, and I will talk to you later.